is the designated player. Umpires for today's ball game: Jose Chaparro is behind home plate with Bobby DeMayo at first and Todd Meyer, the third base umpire. The first inning is presented by Barclay GMC of Tuscaloosa. For over 42 years, Barclay makes it easy. Online at barclaygmc.com. Kylie Sanders steps in. She will lead things off for the Panthers. Left-handed hitting. Beaver looks in, and here comes the first pitch. Misses a little outside for ball one, and we are underway. Sanders on the year, batting .258, 8 of 31 with 8 runs scored, 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 runs driven in. Has walked 10 times, an OBP of .452. The 1-0 is a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. First inning is presented by Barclay GMC of Tuscaloosa. For over 42 years, Barclay makes it easy. Online at barclaygmc.com. The 1-1. Check swing, fouled it off. One high and tight. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Little inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Sanders. Alabama is 6-0 all-time against UNI, with the last meetings coming in the 2021 T-Town Showdown here in Tuscaloosa. The Tide took 2 that year against the Panthers, 5-3 and 8-0. 2-2 pitch. Fouled it off. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alabama 46-4 all-time against the current makeup, the Missouri Valley Conference, including the win over Bradley this past weekend in the Green and Gold Classic. In Birmingham, the tournament hosted by UAB. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sanders down on strikes, and there's 1 gone. That Bama strikeout and all Tide strikeouts brought to you by Barclay GMC of Tuscaloosa. For over 42 years, Barclay makes it easy. Online at barclaygmc.com. So 1 out now for Alexis Pupolo, excuse me. First pitch, a little inside for ball 1. Pupolo batting .343. 12 of 35 with 11 runs scored, a double. Leads the team with 6 homers and 14 runs driven in. The 1-0. Chopped foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. We saw Beaver against North Alabama in Birmingham, the Green and Gold Classic. Go one side again, 2-1. Had 10 strikeouts over 6 innings pitched, getting the win. Gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts in that ball game. The 2-1. A little outside this time, 3-1. A chilly evening here in Tuscaloosa. The 3-1. Line, that's going to get down for a base hit into right field. And gets it in. That's a 1-out single by Papillo. Panthers their first base runner of the ball game. Bringing up Madison Parks, the center fielder. Left-handed hitting. Batting .292 on the year. First pitch is to the backstop, as that one went through Giles' legs and got all the way to the backstop. Put the runner on to second now. Parks, .292, 7 of 24 with 10 runs scored, 2 doubles, a homer, and 5 runs driven in. Leads the team with 16 walks. There's a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, bunted down the third base line. Dowling charges, makes a stop, and will not have a throw. Perfectly placed bunt by Madison Parks. Puts runners on the corners with one away. That bunt caught the defense by surprise. Now, an RBI opportunity to start things off here in the top of the first for Addison McElrath. First pitch. Low for ball 1. McElrath batting .276, 8 of 29 with a run scored, 2 doubles, a triple, and 8 runs driven in. The 1-0. Chopper to first. They'll come home. The throw is in time. Broadfoot came home with it. Pillow was off with the crack of the bat, and the tag was applied. So a big second out of the inning, this time at home. I believe that's the either third or fourth. I think it's the third time Alabama has cut down a runner at home this season already. So now 2 outs, runners on first and second, and the first pitch to Kate Lappy is a called strike. Good awareness by Broadfoot, seeing that she had the time to try to get the out at home. Nice catch and tag by Marley Giles. The 0-1. It's a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lappy. Lappy batting .250, 8 of 32 with 6 runs scored, 3 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 6 RBIs on the season. The 1-1, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Lappy. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Beaver just threw it past her. Lappy's down on strikes and hoping to reschedule that game for later on in the year. Jen Johnson to lead things off for the Crimson Tide, and the first pitch is to the backstop. For ball 1, Jen Johnson, the left fielder, leading things off. The SEC co-player of the week. Kinley Cahalan, the shortstop, batting second. Abby Dukeshire, designated player, batting third. Marley Giles, catching, batting fourth. Bailey Dowling, third base, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Callie Hevlin, second baseman. Emma Broadfoot bats seventh and plays first base as that one's high, 2-0. Larissa Pruitt, the right fielder, batting eighth, and Kristen White, the center fielder, will bat ninth. They'll face in the circle for Northern Iowa, the right-handed senior from Charles City, Iowa, Samantha Hayer. The 2-0. High, 3-0. Hayer on the year with a .88 ERA and a 3-1 record, making her 7th appearance and 6th start of the season. She has 2 complete games. She's pitched 32 innings, given up 20 hits, 8 runs, 4 earned, 11 walks, and 51 strikeouts. Opponents batting 180 against Hayer on the year. Now we are seeing the Northern Iowa head coach Ryan Jacobs going out to talk with Tom Meyer. He may have called an illegal pitch at some point on Hayer. We didn't notice just because they were balls anyway. The 3-0 misses high and away for ball 4, and the on-base barrage from Jenna Johnson just continues as she draws the walk. Entered today's game, did Johnson, with an OBP of .581. Now has 8 walks to go along with the 6 hit by pitches. She's batting .400, 12 of 30 with 19 runs scored, 3 doubles, a homer, and 7 runs driven in. And she's on base to start things off for the Crimson Tide with Kinley Cahalan at the plate. First pitch to Cahalan is high and tight for ball 1 as Hayer has thrown 5 straight balls to start things off for the Panthers. Defensively for UNI, Peterson in left, Parks in center, Moss in right, Lappy at third, Sanders at short, Hogan at second, Lamprecht at first. Pillow behind home plate. Called strike there, 1-1. Hayer pitching and McElrath, the designated player. Kinley batting .340 on the year, 16 of 47 with 13 runs scored, a double, a homer, and 8 runs driven in. That one's fouled away. The ball and 2 strikes. Hayer last week threw a no-hitter against Memphis. At Memphis. Now, Brian Jacobs is out talking to our first base umpire, Bobby DeMayo. He is not happy about something. I'm not 100% sure what the issue is. Two balls and a strike on Cahalan. The 2-1. Cahalan lifts this one to center field. Now charging in and making the catch is Parks. There's one gone. Off the bat, that looked like that might have some carry to it, but it kind of died as it got up into the atmosphere. There's not a whole lot of wind, maybe some breeze. Knocked that one down. That'll bring up Abby Dukeshire. First pitch, foul back for strike one. Duke on the year batting .420, 21 of 50 with 8 runs scored, 4 doubles, leads the team with 4 homers and 20 RBIs. Entering the week, one of only 6 players in the SEC with 20-plus runs driven in on the season. Takes that for a call. Strike 0-2. No, I believe they did. They called a illegal pitch on Hayer there, and that is a problem, as Monica Wright, now the pitching coach for Northern Iowa, coming out to talk with Hayer. We haven't seen as many, I don't think we've seen any actually, illegal pitches called this season. They relaxed and changed some of those illegal pitch rules coming into the year. She must be leaping or replanting, which actually you are allowed now to lose contact with the ground, but you can't replant. Look closer to see if that's what Hayer is doing. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Dukeshire. Runner on first, 1 out. No score as we play here in the home half of the first inning. The 1-1 is popped up foul. It will get out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Duke, who had, if Jenna Johnson had not won Player of the Week, Duke might have had a good argument, as that one misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on her. That one's line. That's going to fall for a base hit into center field. And Abby Dukeshire has the first hit of the game for the Crimson Tide in Alabama. And now runners on first and second with 1 away in the bottom of the first inning, trying to score first after UNI threatened in the top of the first inning, but could not get anybody across. And now we are going to see Patrick Murphy go with an early pinch runner as Kay Gidley on her senior day will run here in the first inning. Coach Murphy talked about her as being the epitome of a great role player and great teammate in her role on this team. Now she's getting the early call here in the first inning on her senior day. Marley Giles to the plate, takes the first pitch for ball one. Giles leads the team in batting average at .471, 8 of 17 with 3 runs scored, 2 doubles, 3 homers, and 6 RBIs. Called strike, 1-1. Slugging percentage right now at 1.118. An on-base percentage of .583. The 1-1. Misses a little bit low, 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Giles hit .700 in the Green and Gold Classic. 7 for 10 with 5 RBIs and 3 homers. 2 of those homers coming in that weekend finale against UAB. Game that the Tide won 15-0 in 8 innings as that one misses for ball 3, and the count's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, runners on first and second. Alabama trying to strike first here in the home half of the first inning. Payoff pitch is inside for ball 4, and Marley Giles will add to that team-leading OBP of .583 with the walk, loading the bases. With 1 out for Bailey Dowling. First pitch is a called strike. First inning is presented by Barclay GMC of Tuscaloosa. For over 42 years, Barclay makes it easy. Online at barclaygmc.com. Bailey batting .297, 11 of 37 with 7 runs scored. That's a ground ball to second. The stop, they'll throw to first to get 1, but coming in to score is Jenna Johnson, and Alabama has the 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning on the RBI ground out by Bailey Dowling, who now has 7 runs driven in on the year. So now 2 outs, runners on second and third for Callie Hevlin. First pitch, fouled off for strike 1. Hevlin batting .289, 13 of 45 with 7 runs scored, 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 14 runs driven in. Look to add to this 1-0 lead. The 0-1 is in there for a called strike. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ayer got her on the rise to limit the damage. And in the inning for the Crimson Tide here, amazing at the Cook Museum of Natural Science in downtown Decatur, Alabama. For more information, visit cookmuseum.org. Taylor Hogan steps in. We'll give you that weather report in a moment. First pitch. This is inside for ball 1. 49 degrees here in Tuscaloosa under cloudy skies. The wind there is blowing in. Gust up to 5 miles an hour, but not too much to worry about. Chilly one, everybody here wrapped up, enjoying the softball, but as per usual, the field conditions are in perfect condition. The 1-0. Hogan takes a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on her. Hogan batting .303, 10 of 33 with 4 runs scored, a double and 7 runs driven in. The 1-1. This is in low. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Hogan. Dimensions here at the Rhodes House, 200 down the lines, 220 to straightaway center field, 6-foot wall all the way around in the outfield. The 2-1. Called strike. At the knees. 2-2. The 2-2. That's a high chopper. Beaver's able to make the snag in the circle and makes the throw for out number 1. Nice job there by Beaver. Sticking with that one. She had to reach across her body, turned her back completely to home plate to make that stop. Threw it on target, and there's one away, and that will bring up the left fielder, Paige Peterson. First pitch. A little high for ball 1. Peterson, 1 for 10 on the year. This is her 6th start, 10th game she's appeared in. 1 hit was a double. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball back to Beaver. She makes the stop and the throw, and 2 straight 1-3s for UNI's offense here in the second. I'll bring up the right fielder, Sammy Moss. Moss batting 167. 1 of 6 on the year with a run scored. This is her 4th start in the 9th game that Moss has appeared in. First pitch. Low and away for ball 1. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-0 Alabama as we play here in the top of the 2nd inning. The 1-1 pitch is a ground ball down the first base line. No, that actually hit Moss's foot. That's a foul ball. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Held off on a rise ball. Count moves to 2-2. Beaver looks in, the 2-2 pitch. Line to short, Kahalin's there, she makes the catch for out number 3. And Kayla Beaver throws a 1-2-3 2nd inning as the Panthers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, no run. LBP at 417 with 5 walks on the year and a hit by pitch. Broadfoot steps in. And the first pitch from Hayer is a called strike, 0-1. Patrick Murphy is the head coach of the Crimson Tide in his 26th season as the Alabama head coach. An Alabama head coaching record of 1,254 victories, 355 losses, a .779 winning percentage for the national champion and Hall of Famer. That pitch misses for a ball, 1-1. Caleb Rowe is the assistant coach. The pitching coach is Lance McMahon. Adam Arbor is the hitting coach. Murph's in the third base coaching box. Caleb Rowe in the first base box. The 1-1. High and away, 2-1. Coordinator of player development, Ryan I. Murray. Director of softball operations is Jaden Spencer, actually known as Ribs. AC Atinka is the athletic trainer. Strength and conditioning coach, Michelle Diltz. Sports information director, Nathan Sheehan. The 2-1 misses inside, 3-1. Video director, Scott Moyer. Assistant video director, Lindsay Garcia. Equipment manager is Stu Moore, and the sports nutritionist is Brianna Leonard. The 3-1. And that one's lifted to center, but right at Parks, who only has to take a couple of steps, makes the catch, and there's one away. That will bring up Larissa Pruitt, left-hand hitting right fielder. Pruitt batting .276, 8 of 29 with 4 runs scored, a triple, and 5 RBIs on the year. She's been walked 5 times. Steps in with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second, 1-0 Alabama. First pitch. Going away, ball 1. For the Northern Iowa Panthers, who come to us from Cedar Falls, Iowa, the alma mater of one Patrick Murphy. Head coach is Ryan Jacobs. He's in his 17th season as the head man at UNI. The one comes in high, 2-1. As Coach Murphy mentioned in our pregame interview, Ryan Jacobs, an all-star high school baseball player, and Patrick Murphy in Iowa at one time coached him in all-star baseball. The 2-0 is a called strike, 2-1. Pitching coach for the Panthers is Monica Wright. The hitting coach is Garrett Fernall. The 2-1. Pruitt fouls this one off into the Bama bullpen. 2-2. Alabama wearing the all dark gray anthracite uniforms today. Gray jerseys with crimson Alabama inscripted across the chest. Gray pants and crimson socks. The 2-2. Pruitt pops this one up on the infield. Left-hand side. Sanders makes the catch from short, and there's 2 away. That will bring up Kristen White, getting her first at-bat of the 2024 season here in Tuscaloosa. Had her first action at UAB this past weekend. The Green and Gold Classic was 4 of 11 with 4 runs scored and an RBI. Getting the start and played in 4 of the 5 games. And that bunt is down. Hayer takes her eye off it. Misplays it. Kristen White beats it out on the very late throw. She was kind of working out her left knee there. Stretching it out. I think she's okay. So Kristen White, it's her right knee that she's working out, which is not the knee that caused her to miss the first couple of weeks of the season. Jenna Johnson steps in, the first pitch comes in and hits her. So Jenna Johnson, who Patrick Murphy mentioned in our pregame interview as well, now with 6 hit by pitches on the year, is definitely on track to set the school record for hit by pitches. White was credited with a single. So now runners on first and second with 2 outs, and Kinley Cahalan swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Alabama trying to get some 2-out production here after the first 2 batters went down rather quietly. The infield single by White, now on Jenna Johnson to put runners on first and second. The 0-1, Cahalan fouls that one away. No balls and 2 strikes. Kinley, the sophomore from Trussville, Alabama. Patrick Murphy calls timeout and he's going to have a word with her. UNI with the white over purple uniforms. White jerseys with UNI in block lettering. Purple across the chest, purple pants, and white socks with white stirrups. Alabama has played a lot of teams with the color purple this year. Let's see. Observation. The 0-2 fouled off. We'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. Cahalan's 0 for 1. She had a fly out her first time up. One 0 Alabama with the tide with runners on first and second, trying to add to it right here. Another 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cahalan Swings over that one low in the zone, and that'll do it. UNI, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. The 3rd inning is presented by Bojangles. Download the new Bojangles app and bring the flavor to your next softball tailgate with chicken biscuits and fixings, all by ordering ahead on the convenient Bojangles app. It's Bo time, you all. Darren Lamprecht steps in, the first pitch. Called strike. Lamprecht, 2 of 26 on the year, with a run scored, a double, and an RBI, so struggling out of the gate. Has started all 11 games for the Panthers. Plays a good first base. Called strike. No balls and 2 strikes on her. The 0-2. Went too far around on the check swing. Strike 3. And Lamprecht's down on 3 straight strikes. 3rd strikeout of the day by Beaver, and there's 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Back to the top of the order, and Kylie Sanders. Sanders struck out her first time up. Junior from Grandview, Iowa. First pitch is fouled off, and it will get out of play on top of the clubhouse down the left field line, 0-1. Alabama softball's upcoming schedule is brought to you by Yellowhammer Brewing Company, Alabama's finest craft brewery. Hit your stride with a refreshing Yellowhammer beer, now available at stores near you. Alabama continues play in the T-Mobile Crimson Classic tomorrow with 2 games. Tide takes on South Alabama at 4 with a 3:50 airtime, followed up by a marquee matchup with Arizona at 6:30. The 0-1. Little inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. And if you've looked at the forecast, you know it doesn't look great tomorrow. Chance of rain most of the day. Pretty heavy chance. Everything is on schedule as of right now. 1-1 misses inside, 2-1 in the morning. David Nieder with event management and everybody involved will take a look at how things look for the day and make any announcements if there is a schedule change. So be on the lookout for that in the morning. That's a line drive caught by Bailey Dowling at 3rd, and there's 2 away. The left side of the infield being tested right now with the line drives. Both Cahalan and Dowling making good catches. And with 2 outs, that will bring up Alexis Papillo. Papillo has one of the 2 hits for UNI today. She singled in the first. Lines that one just foul down the 3rd baseline, 0-1. And she was thrown out at home, trying to score on a ground ball to first. And Broadfoot threw her out at the plate. The 0-1, low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Billow, a sophomore from Crystal Lake, Illinois. That one's fouled off on a check swing at the plate, 1-2. It's the only scheduled matchup here in the Crimson Classic between Alabama and Northern Illinois. The 1-2 pitch, fouled it off. We'll do it again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. UNI also had a game yesterday canceled due to weather. They were supposed to play at UAB. They play both Arizona and South Alabama tomorrow. The 1-2. Oh, that one comes in. That hits her on the shoulder. Papillo is hit by a pitch, and she sprints down to first, keeping the inning alive for the Panthers. They play Alabama and South Alabama, scheduled for 11 a.m. and 1:30 tomorrow, and then 10:30 and 6 on Saturday. The first pitch is a called strike to Madison Parks. So they, like the Crimson Tide, will have Sunday off. The 0-1. Looked like it might have dropped in, but it stayed too high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Parks singled her first time up. One is a blooper that's going to fall for a base hit into left field. Johnson gets it in, and that inside-out hit, the second of the day for Parks. Puts runners now on first and second with 2 outs. And Addison McElrath steps in. McElrath had that fielder's choice. That Pupilo was thrown out at home. First pitch is a called strike. The 0-1. Called strike again. No balls and 2 strikes. McElrath, the junior from Mobile, Iowa. Down the count here, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got her with a rise, and that'll do it for the Panthers here in the 3rd inning, as they get a couple runners on with 2 outs, but can't get them past second. But first pitch is skied to shallow center, now ranging back from short to make the catch. With a couple feet on the grass is Sanders, and there's 1 gone. Where she's sitting right now, if you're UNI, you've got to be happy to get Dukeshire on a pop out on the first pitch she sees here in the 3rd inning. Marley Giles steps in. The first pitch is high for ball 1. Marley walked her first time up. Sophomore from Clanton, Alabama. The 1-0. High again, 2 balls and no strikes. The OBP now at 600 for Giles. The 2-0. Called strike 2-1. Elsewhere on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, they are going to the half over at Coleman Coliseum. Bama women's basketball senior night taking on Florida. The 2-1. Called strike 2-2. And the Crimson Tide with a 42-30 lead over the Gators. That's where our usual broadcast partner, Gray Robertson, is handling the play-by-play duties over there. That one is a bit inside, and the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ayer looks in, and the payoff pitch. Giles pops this one up to deep second. Now coming in and making the catch on the dirt is Hogan, and there's 2 away. Ayers induced a couple of pop-ups here, and there's 2 gone for Bailey Dowling. She's 0 for 1, but that ground ball drove in a run. The only run in the ball game back in the 1st inning. First pitch. That's going to get through for a base hit on a check swing. Excuse me, swing. Gets past the second baseman, Hogan. And a 2-out single keeps the inning alive off the bat of Bailey Dowling for Callie Hevlin. Hevlin's 0 for 1. She struck out her first time up. First pitch. And that one's well hit to left, but right at the left fielder, Peterson, who will make the catch for out number 3 to retire the side. So after a couple of pop-ups, a single and a hard-hit ball, but that'll do it for Alabama here in the 3rd inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. The 4th inning is presented by Nukes. At Nukes, your food is always made to order in an open kitchen with the freshest ingredients. Visit them locally on University Boulevard or order online at nukes.com. Nukes is a proud supporter of Alabama softball. Kayla Appy leading things off. She struck out her first time up. Facing Kayla Beaver back out in the circle for her 4th inning of work. The first pitch is fouled off on a check swing. 4 strike 1. Beaver with 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. That was her 51st pitch of the ball game thrown. 33 have been strikes. The 0-1, a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. A run on 3 hits, no errors, and 5 left for the Tide. No runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 4 left for the Panthers. The 1-1. Called strike 1 and 2. Alabama left 2 runners on in the first 2 innings and a runner on in the 3rd. UNI's left 2 runners on in both the 1st and 3rd innings. The 1-2. Called strike 3. Looked like he was about to run in on her, and it just stayed over the plate. Lappy's down on strikes for the 2nd time today. Fifth strikeout here for Beaver as Taylor Hogan steps in. First pitch. And that's a fly ball to shallow right. Coming up, making the catch is Pruitt, and there's 2 gone. Bring up the left fielder, Paige Peterson. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out.
Left fielder number 6, Paige Peterson.
First pitch. This is inside for ball 1. It's time for a scoreboard update brought to you by the Out of the Box podcast. Check out the latest episode of the Out of the Box podcast wherever you get your podcasts. This week, Gray Robertson and I discussed a great weekend in Birmingham for the Alabama offense and talked Arizona and Pac-12 softball with Kinsey Fowler-Quinn. That one's in there for a strike 1 and 1. Give us a follow at OutofTheBox_pod on the X. Also be sure to check out the all-new It Just Means More softball podcast from Softball America, featuring Gray and me, live on YouTube on Monday evenings at 6. The 1-1. On a check swing, she didn't go, says Bobby DeMayo. 2 balls and 1 strike. This week, we talked with Taylor Pleasance from LSU. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share both the Out of the Box and the It Just Means More softball podcasts wherever you can. That's a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. SEC teams in action here today in the midweek. The final non-conference week of the regular season. We will be in conference play next weekend. The 2-2 is high, and the count's full, 3-2. Game's currently underway. They're in the top of the 6th at the Judy Garmin out in Fullerton. Texas A&M with a touchdown lead over Long Beach State. It's 14-7. Payoff pitch to Peterson. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. Pitched by Kayla Beaver with a couple of strikeouts and a flyout. We'll give you some more of those scores because there's some very interesting ones here on a Thursday evening. They are a pitcher that went pitch for pitch and losing a 1-0 game against Maddie Pinta at Auburn this past weekend. Joe Broadfoot steps in. First pitch. It's high for ball 1. Mayer, as we mentioned, already has a no-hitter thrown here this year against Memphis, up in Memphis. Broadfoot's 0 for 1. She flew out her first time up. The 1-0. is a called strike. 1-1. Back to the Out of the Box podcast scoreboard updates. SEC teams in action here today. Speaking of Auburn, the 1-1. Called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Emma took a couple steps after that one. Didn't quite agree with that call. Auburn with a 1-0 lead over Georgia State. They're in the bottom of the 4th. In Auburn. Bottom of the 3rd at the Bulldog Invitational in Starkville. Mississippi State with a 6-0 lead over Southern Miss. And Broadfoot pops this one up in foul ground. It will get out of play up on top of the press box. 1-2. Coming up later on this evening, out at the Judy Garmin, Florida has a couple of games still left to play. They take on the host Fullerton Titans, who beat the Gators last year in California. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. Broadfoot down on strikes, and there's 1 down. And Florida also takes on Long Beach once Long Beach and Texas A&M wrap things up. Earlier today, Texas A&M got a shutout win over Michigan, 6-0 out of Judy Garmin. And the Woo Pig Classic in Fayetteville, Arkansas held on to beat South Dakota State 4-3. Jackrabbits out-hit the Hogs 8-7. Larissa Pruitt bunts that one down the left field, excuse me, the third base line. And it was called foul, but it was touched by the third baseman, Lappy. Patrick Murphy in a pretty demonstrative argument with Jose Chaparro, the home plate umpire. Unfortunately, I do not believe we have review available today because it is just a single camera broadcast. So that is going to be a foul ball. And it doesn't matter. Her feet were both in fair territory. Just matters where she touched the ball. And Jose Chaparro says she touched it in foul ground. The 0-1, swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes now on Pruitt. Pruitt's 0 for 1. She popped out her first time up. Got some national scores we need to take a look at as well. First is 0-2. Tie, 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the top 25, non-SEC teams in action here today. In Eugene, Oregon, they got games in today. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pruitt's down on strikes, and there's 2 gone. Florida State was supposed to be in this tournament. Would have played both Oregon and Washington, but projected bad weather in the Pacific Northwest. Florida State decided not to make the trip. Maryland did make the trip. Washington beat them 8-0 in 5. First pitch to Kristen White is high for ball 1. And then Washington came back from being down 6-2 in the 5th and beat Maryland in the second game against the Terps 8-6. The 1-0. Low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. The only other non-SEC team in the top 25 in action here this evening out in Stanford. Palo Alto, the Cardinal of Stanford, with a 9-1 lead over Boise State. It's a Boise State team that can be problematic. Called strike on White, 2-1. They gave LSU all they wanted in a couple of matchups this past weekend, but LSU and Alabama, the only undefeated teams left in the SEC. The 2-1 to White. This is low and away, 3 balls, 1 strike. 1-0 Alabama was to play here in the home half of the 4th. 2 out, nobody on. Kristen White trying to keep the inning alive. Alabama has not been retired in order here in the ball game. 3-1. It's a called strike, and the count's full, 3-2. Payoff pitch. White with a two-hopper to third on the slap. The stop made by Lappy. The throw's in time, and that'll do it for Alabama here in the fourth as the Crimson Tide goes down in order for the first time today here in the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left. Excuse me, Sammy Moss to the plate. Moss, Lamprecht, and Sanders due up, and the first pitch is fouled off of the plate by Moss for strike one. Moss is 0 for 1 with a line out. A run on 3 hits for Alabama, no runs on 3 hits for UNI in a pitcher's duel here in the cold. The 0-1. And that one's popped up, shallow left. Charging in, making the catch, calling everyone off, is Jenna Johnson for out number 1. And we'll bring up Darren Lamprecht. Struck out on 3 straight pitches her first time up. This is inside for ball 1. Elsewhere on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, Florida has come out hot in the second half. They're 4 for 4 from the field in the second half, and Alabama's lead now down to 5, 45-40. 7:45 left in the third quarter. Called strike on Lamprecht, 1-1. Alabama women's basketball again celebrating senior night over at Coleman Coliseum. The 1-1. Foul straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's give us an opportunity to take a look at Alabama softball on this date. Special date, it's leap year day, February 29th. Alabama has played on leap year day before. Alabama 4-1 all time on February 29th. The 1-2 pitch. A little outside. 2-2. Bama beat Wisconsin and Chattanooga in the 2004 Frost Cutlery Classic in Chattanooga. Got an 8-2 win over Portland State in the 2008 Husky Classic in Seattle. The 2-2. Outside, 3-2. And in 2020, beat UT Arlington 3-2 before dropping a 6-5 decision to Arizona in that year's Crimson Classic. Of course, Tide scheduled to play Arizona a couple times here this weekend. Payoff pitch to Lamprecht. That's going to fall for a base hit into right field. Lamprecht goes opposite way for just her 3rd hit of the year in 28 at-bats. Well, UNI's coach Ryan Jacobs going to the lineup card. You can see a pinch runner for the Panthers. And Maggie Erpelding, the senior, will run on first for Lamprecht. First pitch to Sanders, grounded to first. They throw to second for 1. And got the out. Cahalan applied the tag because Broadfoot took a step toward first, but didn't get all the way to first base. Decided to throw to second to get the lead runner. And I think Cahalan thought that Broadfoot might have touched first, so thought the force might have been taken off. But either way, Cahalan got the out. Erpelding is retired. Erpelding, excuse me. Pulled in the first and was hit by a pitch in the third. Beaver looks in. Here comes the first pitch. Will inside for ball one. The 1-0. This is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The wind has pretty much died down. There is a little bit of a breeze. As soon as I say that, the flags in right center field unfurl. What breeze there is blowing in. The 2-0. Chopper up the middle. A stop made by Hevlin, and she shovels it to Cahalan covering second to get the out. Dukeshire against Hayer. 3rd time through. We'll see if Alabama's been able to make any adjustments. The first pitch is to the backstop for ball one. Jenna doesn't need to make any adjustments. She has no official at-bats today. Walked and scored in the first, was hit by a pitch in the second. OBP up to 600. And the batting average staying at 400. The 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. And Jenna, the SEC Co-Player of the Week, sharing the award with Allie Newland from LSU. That one's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 is a slow roller to third. Lappy has it, makes the throw in time for out number 1. Moving to her left. Made a nice stop, and the throw on target. Johnson's retired for the first time today. That'll ring up Kinley Cahalan. Cahalan 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. First pitch on a check swing. She went too far around for strike 1. Cahalan fouls that one away. No balls and 2 strikes. Bama women's basketball, after Florida pulled within 3, Alabama's ballooned the lead back out to 8. 53-45 with 4:04 left in the 3rd period. The 0-2 pitch. Cahalan on a check swing, went too far around, but the ball bounces away, and Cahalan will reach first on the strikeout wild pitch. Ball bounced all the way to the on-deck circle in the corner between the fencing and the dugout down the first base line. And you also had Lamprick, the first baseman for UNI, charging to try to get the ball too. So no one was on first base covering. Alabama gets a base runner. And Abby Dukeshire steps in. The first pitch is swung on a miss for strike 1. Unconventional base runner for Alabama. Not an official error. Wouldn't be an official point off turnover if Tide can take advantage here. That one misses inside. 1-1 on Duke. Duke's 1 for 2. She singled in the first and popped out in the third. Dukeshire, the sophomore from Kindred, North Dakota. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Duke's really coming to her own here. First month of her sophomore season. Pops this one up. Underneath it to make the catch. Behind the circle is Hogan, the short and second baseman, for out number 2. bring up Marley Giles. Marley's 0 for 1, walked in the first, popped out in the third. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Giles had squared around the bunt. That's why he was going to try to push it down the first base line. And she would have made it because Lamprecht still playing back behind the first base bag. No bunt there, came in too high, 2-0. Two-0. A little inside and can't use a 3-0. Right in there for a called strike, 3-1.
Come on, Marley.
3-1 pitch. Giles on a hit and run, fouls it off. Probably chase what would have been ball 4 there, but on the hit and run. Trying to go opposite way with it. Now the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's in the dirt, so they'll throw it down this time to get the out and retire the side. So Samantha Hayer continues to keep this Alabama offense off balance, allowing a runner on a wild pitch, but that does 3-4-5 against Caleb Beaver in the circle for the Crimson Tide. One defensive change for Alabama. Now playing left field, Lauren Johnson, replacing her big sister, Jenna Johnson, out there in left. Beaver so far in 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. The first pitch of the 6th inning will be her 74th. She has gone pitch for pitch against Samantha Hayer. The first pitch is a called strike on Parks, who's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles so far today. Called strike 0-2. That one comes in too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Parks. Fifth-year senior is Parks from Pella, Iowa. That one's fouled away. We're again 1-2. We talked about with Patrick Murphy in our pregame interview that Northern Iowa, a team that won the regular season in the Missouri Valley last year, were going away, but then was upset in the semifinals of the conference tournament. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. So Missouri Valley, being a one-bid league, did not get to go to the NCAA tournament. But Northern Iowa would be a team, especially with this pitching staff, that you would not want to see coming to your regional. 2-2. Just misses. Would have been a little bit high. Count is full, 3-2. Now on Parks. Hayer went nose to nose with Maddie Pinta at Auburn last weekend, losing a 1-0 decision there, and that one's fouled away. We'll do it again, 3-2. And that was after the Panthers beat Maddie Pinta with Anna Wisnowski in the circle getting the complete game. And that win over the Tigers. Payoff pitch to Parks. Fouled off. We'll do it again. 3-2. Aaron Wisnowski have thrown a very similar number of innings, but Hayer is the number one for the Panthers. Payoff pitch. Drops in too low for ball 4. And Madison Parks is on base for the 3rd time today. A couple singles and now a leadoff walk to start things off here in the 6th. Addison McElrath to the plate. First pitch. Called strike 0-1. McElrath is 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice in the first and a strikeout in the 3rd. The 0-1 is a liner that's going to fall foul down the left field line. 0-2. Called it a liner. It's more of a blooper. It would have been trouble had it fallen fair, but just a foul ball. 0-2. Beaver looks in. The 0-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat, foul. Now on the first base line this time, 0-2 again. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing on one that was too high. The last down. She didn't go. The 6th inning is presented by the Alabama Crimson Tide Game Day Live app. Keep up with everything Alabama. The Alabama Crimson Tide Game Day Live mobile app, presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and Google Play. The 1-2. Fouled off at the plate. McElrath barely got a piece of that one to stay alive. We'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Again, grounded foul. So Parks walked on a 9-pitch at bat. Now, McElrath making Beaver throw a lot of pitches again here. With nobody out in the 6th inning, runner on first. Another 1-2. Comes in too high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two, swing and a miss. Strike 3, got her to chase. High and away. And there's one gone. A 9-pitch at bat followed by an 8-pitch at bat. Walk and a strikeout. And that brings up Kate Lappy. She's over 2 with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch right in there for strike 1. The 0-1 is high. They'll throw back down to first. Back just in time is Parks, who almost got too far off the first base bag there. Throw was a little bit wide from Giles. Count 1-1. Comes in low. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, runner on first. Alabama trying to hold on to the 1-0 lead as we play here in the top of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Lappy. Lappy, a sophomore from Bondurant, Iowa. 2-2. Fouled off. Do again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bondurant, Iowa. The 2-2. Fouled off. Got a piece. Stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. See some players from the Arizona Wildcats in attendance here this evening. Arizona and South Alabama begin play in the T-Mobile Crimson Classic tomorrow. The 2-2 is a little bit high, and the count's full once again. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Kate Lappy. Patrick Murphy letting Jose Chaparro hear it after that one. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. Runner was going. We'll do it again, 3-2. And the runner was called out for leaving early. Madison Parks on that hit and run is out for leaving early, and there's now 2 outs and nobody on. Huge call from Bobby DeMayo, the first base umpire. Payoff pitch. She went too far around on the check swing. Strike 3. And a big 2-pitch sequence there. 7. And Samantha Hayer in the circle for the Panthers. Hayer's gone 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run was earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. That's her 81st pitch, and it's a fly ball to center, but underneath it to make the catch is Parks for out number 1. Off the bat, that one looked very promising for Dowling, but it died up in the air, and there's 1 away. Dowling does have the only RBI of the ball game. It was an RBI ground out back in the 1st inning. Alabama took advantage of Hayer being wild in the 1st frame. Hevlin bunts that one foul for strike 1. Hevlin's over 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Since then, both pitchers have really settled in and have kept both offenses really off balance. Caleb Beaver, last inning, basically the equivalent of a double play. First the 0-1 pitch. Called strike, 0-2. Madison Parks was called out for leaving early, and then Kate Lappy struck out on the next pitch to end the UNI threat. The 0-2, fouled back. Do again, no balls and 2 strikes. But really, no hitters in this game for either team have looked very comfortable outside of Madison Parks for UNI. He's been on base all 3 times. Hevlin lines this one. That's going to get down for a base hit into right field. Just past the outstretched glove of Hogan at second. And a 1-out single. We'll bring up now Emma Broadfoot. Broadfoot's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. Elsewhere in the Crimson Tide Sports Network, 9:01 left in the ball game. Bama women's basketball. Alabama now with a 63-52 lead over Florida. And the first pitch is inside for ball 1 on Broadfoot. The 1-0. That one's popped up on the infield, calling everyone calling everyone off is Lamprecht. from first. She makes the catch in the circle, and there's 2 away. That will bring up Larissa Pruitt. 2 outs, runner on first. Pruitt's over 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. First pitch misses for a ball, taking off and out stealing. It is Callie Hevlin to end the inning. And a great job by Sanders from short to make that catch and kind of reach back to make the tag. Coming over to cover from short and in the inning. Hey games, visit Tuscaloosa Ford for your next vehicle purchase. Roll Tide with Tuscaloosa Ford. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Alabama with a 1-0 lead over UNI. Due up for the Panthers here in their last chance. Hogan, Peterson, and Moss, 6, 7, 8 against Kayla Beaver, who's had to be outstanding here today. Holding on to this 1-0 lead. The first pitch to Taylor Hogan. Missed somewhere. Might have been a little bit low for ball 1. Hogan's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. The 1-0 pitch. There's a strike, 1-1. Both teams have 4 hits in the ball game. Neither team has committed an error. Alabama's left 6 on. UNI's left 5 on. But Alabama has the 1-0 lead. The 1-1. A little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. Comes in high and tight. 3-1. Hogan's a 5th-year senior from Waterloo. The 3-1. Right in there for a strike, and the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Beaver now up over 100 pitches. Payoff pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line. We'll do it again, 3-2. Another 3-2. And that ball is hit deep to center, but on the run is White. She'll make the catch just in front of the warning track for out. Number 1. It's going to bring up a pinch hitter now for the Panthers. It's going to be Ellie Owen, the senior from Elkhart, Iowa. Left-handed hitting. She's going to pinch hit for Paige Peterson, who was 0 for 2. Owen, 1 for 5 on the year with an RBI. First pitch, foul back for strike 1. The 0-1's right in there for a called strike, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 7th. Alabama with a 1-0 lead over UNI. Trying to remain undefeated all time against Patrick Murphy's alma mater. The 0-2. Just a bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crowd here at the Rhodes House wanted that one. Good crowd considering Thursday night. Upper 40s temp. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Owen down on strikes, and UNI down to their final out. Sammy Moss will step in. Left-handed hitting right fielder's 0 for 2 with a line out and a fly out. First pitch. A little high, a little inside. 1-0. The 1-0. Called strike. The 1-1. Hits the inside corner for called strike 2, and the Panthers now down to their final strike with a 1-2 count on Sammy Moss. Beaver looks in, the 1-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beaver looks in. Another 1-2. A little inside, 2-2. It has gone final. A&M beat Long Beach State 16-7. Mississippi State with a shutout victory over Southern Miss, 9-0. Another 2-2. That's a ground ball to short. Hevlin's there. She makes a stop in the throw for out number 3. And that'll do it. As